some say you're an art rock band. Some say you're just a rock band. What would you sort of define your music as?
That's really hard.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
Yeah, I guess our rock is a bit arty.
Yeah. Are you arty?
Yeah. I don't know, a lot of the music I like is that way inclined. You know, I'm not entirely scared to admit that I like a bit of prog.
Prog's good.
Yeah, kind of not the kind of swords and wizards and that kind of stuff.
I'm into the swords and wizards stuff.
Okay, we're amongst friends. It's fine.
Okay, you can admit it.
Yeah. So I like a little bit of that, but mainly kind of King Crimson's, late period. Well, it's Genesis just before Peter Gabriel left.
Okay.
But as well as that, I like pop music, and if we can bring the two together and make it interesting, that's kind of what we're about. I still think we're a pop band. We still have hooks.
Yeah.
We still have, it's not unrecognisable or complicated to follow. But if you want to look a bit deeper, there is that stuff going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you
like
think
it.
that?
I like a chorus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You can't see where I'm looking.
I can't see where you're looking.
just take these off.
nodding.
God, sunlight. Yeah. So, do you agree?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was lucky, and I'm in the lucky position of being. I was a fan of the band before I was in the band. So,
Wow.
So I kind of still retain that outside view a little bit, and I never think it sounds as I think it's great riffs and great lyrics and great melodies, and that's what I loved about it in the first place. With like you were saying, that underscore of stuff, there's more to see if you're looking at it deeper, but.
But it's not. There's lots of. I mean, literally, there's lots of layers in the music. I don't mean that metaphorically. It's like lots of stuff going on at the same time. So if you're into all that, you can do that. If you just like good songs with choruses, then it's sort of that as well.
I was going to ask you because how many of you are in the band though, and how many of you play multiple instruments? Because you layered that sound on the record, and how's that translating to stage?
Well, it's getting easier because now we've found a band. Basically, there's 6 of us now. I'm starting to write for the band as opposed to writing in the studio and then trying to find out how on earth we're going to translate that into a live thing, which often amounted to us kind of doing a cover version of our own songs.
Yeah.
And backing tracks and all. I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted people to see where the music was coming from.
Yeah.
So we got an extra guitarist, a keyboard guy who's he's just the perfect keyboard.
He's the wizard.
Yeah.
The wizard.
He is very wizardy. Yeah.
If you need that prog wizard
element, he's there.
Dress him up in a wizard costume.
We haven't considered it.
Yeah.
But he's kind of got his own angle on it anyway. He kind of does the eccentric Englishman thing to a T. So
maybe like a bowler hat and a wizard costume.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
If he could wear a straw bow tie and a stripy
like a candy striped jacket.
He'd totally do it.
Yeah. I think that's a good investment.
You
need a gimmick on the side. Look at this strangely dressed person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buy our albums.
Yeah, he's kind of like our Bez. He can actually do stuff. Yeah.
He should come on in a cape, then take the cape off, and he's got the motor and the candy striped jacket.
Yeah. Great. Glad we had this chat.
Definitely. It's like bring me along. I'll just throw out ideas.
Yeah. The ideas guy.
Spitballing.
Yeah. Slash should really be a manager. Why not? It's all costumes. Fursuits, why not? Mascot costumes.
Yeah, not today though.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not today. So it's the new material is much more with a band in mind.
Yeah.
So instead of going mad and layering things up and up and up like I tend to do in the studio, I'm now thinking, okay, well, Barney the guitarist can do that, and we can do that. So the way it used to work was we'd have backing tracks. I'd have a harmonium in front of me. I'd have pedal boards with loop stuff at my feet, play guitar at the same time as singing.
And it's been a slow evolution of just taking those things out from in front of you, so you can
giving it to other people who can do it better than me anyway.
But also it opens you out to play it.
You don't want to be like this Cockney one-man band, the drum and the trumpet.
I remember doing an acoustic gig once with 2 pedal boards and a harmonium and electric guitar, and somebody looking at me like, what are you doing?
You said acoustic.
Yeah, which I always forget.
Yeah. Oh, well. So you originally recorded your earliest things in a garden shed? with a laptop. I think like young people are kind of like wondering if that's a good way to go, or whether like how would you advise young people who want to make their own music and promote their own music? Is garden sheds and laptops good?
I think that's the thing. It's democratising the whole process. You don't have to worry about a studio clock ticking away and your money just gradually disappearing and having to kind of compromise your ideas. And it gives the control back to the artist. If you want your record to sound a certain way, you can learn how to do that.
Yeah.
And you can get the equipment to do it relatively inexpensively. I mean, you know, for me to record an album 20 years ago, you know, with the amount of tracks that I use, it would have cost £1 million to have that gear. You know, and now, you know, for basically a couple of grand, get yourself a laptop, get an interface, a microphone, and you can make a start. And that's basically what happened. I got fed up with the whole process of not getting what I wanted because I was being hurried because of cash. And I got a laptop, got all that stuff, and the first song I recorded, which was basically to kind of learn how to do it, was the first song on the first record. So yeah, I'd say just get stuck in.
Yeah.
Even if it's not what you end up doing, it gives you more control. In the studio, you'll understand how it all works. You know, so yeah, I'd say that's a good thing. It worked for us. I mean, it may not be for everyone. But...
How did you start like recording music? Like, what's you're not an original member. You joined. No. So like, how did your music evolve? Like, did you do the same recording in garden sheds? Or?
Well, because I'm in another band called Piper, and it's a country folk thing, and our recording is also living room based.
Okay,
you know, home and domestic based. And but with our stuff, it's much less layered. It's much more simpler kind of. You know, it's guitar, violin, drums, bass, and so forth, and harmony. So for us, it was a much simpler process. We just play the songs and then we go in and then we each record our bits, and that's it. So this is a new experience.
Possibly slightly terrifying.
An experience that involved a lot more sitting around.
Well, it's a lesson I'm being taught, because if I'm left to my own devices, I could go on forever. But with new band members around and having to record other people's voices, it's really interesting because people will tell me that's enough. I've done the best I can. Yeah.
Cool. So why are you a local band? Are you local to Southend?
No. Okay. We're kind of everybody's in London except me, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you want to get involved in Village Green?
It's via Sam Duckworth.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We met at a songwriting workshop that we did together, and just hung out and chatted, and we've kept in touch ever since. We came back from Glastonbury, where we played as part of his Amazing Grace set. There we did a few songs as part of that, and we kind of played as his backing band on a couple of songs, and got to play with Billy Bragg, which was just like a dream come true. So we just kind of kept in touch, and I played a little bit on his new record, and you know, hopefully he'll do a bit on mine, and he's a good bloke to know.
Yeah, cool. This is a great thing for him. You know, it's his hometown, so so it just felt really nice to be invited.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of those guys that just makes things happen. He's got a really big heart, and he's really curious about stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, it's really good for me to be around people like that, to kind of, you know, to not be cynical. You know, because we're a bit older, and you know, we've seen things.
Seen terrible things. Horrible things.
But he is impossible to be cynical around, because he's just a ball of energy, and you know, he gets stuff done.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
It's really, really, really good. So yeah, it's just it's so lovely of him to kind of invite us to come.
Cool. That's it.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'll be watching. My stall's just in front of the school stage.
Oh, cool.
So
excellent.
You can just look across.
It's not a hat stall, is it?
No.
He really needs a hat.
I guess I could make a hat. There are hats on the store, though, now that you mention it. Very intriguing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, lovely to meet you.